The Shure MV88 and the MV88 Plus are great microphones for taking our audio recording to the next level. And as regular viewers will know, generally when I record my piano with these microphones, what I'll actually do is use two devices. So I'll record the video on one phone and I'll record the audio into a different phone. However, for anybody wanting a somewhat simpler solution, let's say, then it might be well worth thinking about downloading the MOTIV video app. Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. The app I always use when I'm recording with my Shure MV88 or the MV88 Plus is the MOTIV audio app. Now this app basically gives you access to all of the microphone settings, and once you've set the microphone up, it effectively remembers what you've set up, and whenever you use it with a different application, it will use those same settings. However, not being able to control the microphone from within the same app that you're using to record the video can be a big disadvantage, especially when we're out and about. Luckily, Shure have remedied this situation by introducing the MOTIV video app, which basically takes all of the great features of the MOTIV audio app and at the same time allows us to control the basic features of our camera as well. Now, I would say that it's in no way anything like as advanced as an app such as Filmic Pro. However, now if you buy the Filmic Pro app, it will cost you about £50 a year subscription, whereas the MOTIV video app is free. And despite its limited functions, to be honest, for things like recording our piano, it's more than advanced enough. So let's have a look at some of the basic camera settings we can use before we look at the audio settings. Across the top of the screen, we have the ability to turn on or off the flash. We're told which microphone is being used, and when recording, how long we have currently been recording. We also have the option to choose the camera lens. My phone has 3, and so I can choose between them. On the main display, using standard pinch gestures, we can then zoom in or out. A simple tap on the display tells the app where to set focus and exposure. By swiping up or down, we can adjust the overall image brightness for the ambient conditions. Tapping and holding will then auto-lock these values. Depending on the orientation of our device, there are another set of controls either along the bottom or down the right-hand side. Using these, we can turn on or off the grid. There are a few different options. There's a standard grid, handy for applying the rule of thirds to our image. If you've not come across this before, it's basically an idea as to how we can compose an image to make it more interesting than simply putting the subject right in the center. There's a handy horizontal guide that allows us to see when the camera is level, as the line will turn blue. We can of course also simply turn the grid off. We can set our frames per second to 24, 30 or 60. We can set the resolution to 720p, 1080p or even 4K, and the audio sample rate to 44.1 kHz or 48 kHz. We can also specify our audio file format here for the main iOS and Android formats. On the left-hand side we have the microphone gain, and on the right, or if holding the device vertically along the bottom, we can switch the camera from back to front facing, access the main settings for the app, and very importantly, the settings for the microphone. We can also access our gallery, which holds all of our recordings. Last but not least, we have of course the record button to start and stop our recordings. As you can see, nothing super fancy, but a quite simple, easy to use interface that allows us to capture up to 4K video in the same file as the high quality audio from our Shure MV88 or MV88 Plus. Perhaps the most important thing is that we're able to adjust the gain, a feature not available on the standard app and very important for ensuring we get the best audio we can. So then, now let's take a look at the device or microphone settings. This, to all intents and purposes, gives us exactly what's in the MOTIV audio app. The app automatically detects the microphone we're using and opens up the settings specific to it. I won't explain these as the video link just here does a deep dive into them, so I invite you to watch that if you need to. However, let's just have a very quick look at what's there. We obviously have the gain, but we can also choose from a number of presets. We can choose the polar patterns, so things such as mono or stereo. There's also an interesting polar pattern called raw mid-side, and I'll link a video in the description that goes over this as it can create a great stereo effect. We have the built-in limiter that helps avoid clipping, and a compressor that I wouldn't really recommend for piano. The high-pass filter is a useful way of getting rid of very low frequency rumbles, and of course the equalizer helps boost or lower certain frequencies. Here's some footage I captured recently using the app just at a local concert with the microphone plugged in and holding the phone. All of these things mean that we can get significantly better audio with the video that we're shooting without then needing to load that into separate software to process the audio later. However, if you are interested in learning about how to improve the audio when you record it separately, then the video I've linked just here for you will take you through just that process. If you're not already, then please do subscribe to Tommy's Piano Corner. Don't forget to click that little bell icon so you're notified of new videos as and when they're released. I thank you very much for watching today and look forward to seeing you very soon.